Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel, welcome to a little bit of Total War Warhammer 2. So I bet you're wondering what the hell's going on here, because this is very different, and also late, and a whole bunch of other things. So yeah, anyway, I was playing this game, and you know, I've got the sort of frequent crashing problem essentially to this game here, which is not ideal, but you know, it is something that I've got going on with this game, and I haven't fully fixed it. But one of the things I was trying to do to fix the game was to delete a bunch of the files and stuff like that, and in particular to like just sort of delete the whole game and then send it up again, load it back up again. Unfortunately, I forgot to do a backup save of the thing, so unfortunately I did do the stupid thing of deleting my former save file. So yeah, we're starting this relatively from scratch, unfortunately, which is not really what I wanted to be doing. I was actually pretty far along into it, so it's a little bit disheartening to have that happen, but of course, you know, it's one of those things that happens when you're an idiot. So anyway, we're kind of in a worse position and kind of in a better position than last time. I've overstretched my boundaries a little bit more. My infrastructure isn't quite as good as it was in the previous attempts here, and I've had, because of this, some really bad scaling raids across my sort of islands there. On the other hand, we are just about to push into their territory and just sort of beat them back for that. In particular, I'm not sure if I want to take on Albion directly, but probably should just take out Albion. So let's go ahead and do that. They'll have a couple sort of guys around there. I can lightning strike here. It doesn't look like it's going to matter, since I think that, yeah, that's the garrison. Our other two armies are not actually in range, so I can go ahead and auto-resolve this one. Get a decisive victory there. And this destroys their capital, so I could occupy it or I could just raise it.
Raise it to the ground.
The problem here is that uninhabitable climate is a pretty big penalty, but I might as well occupy. Makes it harder for them to retake it immediately, so not really ideal, but not really that terrible either. And we'll go ahead and upgrade Tyrion as well. I could get Sense of Urgency, actually. Actually, yeah, let's get that, and I'm recruiting a unit down here, so the scaling basically burned their way through a whole bunch of provinces down here. I actually just counter-burned it since I didn't have time to send my army down there. I was fighting the Dark Elves in a sort of region nearby, so... Alright, so this reduced the cost of this for one turn, so it's down to one. I just have to rebuy it. Alright, and there we go. So Lothran here, we're finally getting the Gates of Lothran built, which is pretty nice in and of itself, but we have also got the ability to put down the Court of the Phoenix King, +2 to the Lord Recruit rank, which is pretty nice. We just have to get the money together for that, and frankly speaking, it's so expensive and not really that great a building. It's kind of hard to determine if I think it's worth it or not, but whatever. Anyway, another army here over at Griffin Gate. This one's going to actually be our army of elites. It's going to be our sword masters and stuff like that, because this guy has got the sort of bonus that sort of enhances that. The only problem is that I can't get the good quality Phoenix Guard just yet. We're getting very close, and Gariel is getting upgraded here. That means I'll be able to get Temple of Azurian up to level 5, and at that point I can get the Phoenix Guard, which is going to be a really good addition to that army. Tack on to the fact that this province, of course, has got the Sacred Flame of Azurian, which gives us +2 to our unit experience for that unit. It helps a lot. The only problem here is that I really like to wait till I've got the Elite Champions, which gives me +2 to the experience of these guys before I bothered getting this. I might even go through the chain of cultural advancements first before I do that, so I have a chance to get Calidor up to full, and actually I just need the Tower of Mages. I might be able to get the Tower of Mages in Griffin Gate or something like that. Yeah, so we're getting closer. I don't have any growth here really, though. I think I'll actually switch over to this right now since I'm not going to be recruiting. So what I'm waiting for is until I can get like plus 4 to the level of the Sword Masters and the Phoenix Guard before I bother recruiting them. That way it sort of saves me a bunch of extra resources. Alright, let's get food here. Food and construction help the rebuilding effort. But yeah, the scaling in this game are just so annoying. They make them, they like start off way too powerful for what they are, honestly. It's annoying. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this here, demolish that building. And yeah, these units are replenishing quite nicely, actually. That's not that bad. Alright, and we're going to be doing the Vortex, but like our units are so far away from home that it would be a really bad idea. They've been much further away from Lothran throughout most of this campaign, which is why I haven't done any of it yet. I would love to have had the ability to gain a bunch of
You have my
rituals
attention.
done, because that policy, the diplomacy, really helps out, but wouldn't have really done anything here. Let's just give this guy more Blade Master, I guess. Doesn't really matter at this point what he's getting, since he's sort of capped out on useful abilities. Everyone's up here actually pretty happy, so that's fine. Battle at Unicorn Gate's going to kind of be annoying, but it's not going to be a difficult one, so that shouldn't be that hard. This isn't even a full garrison. So we'll see how that goes. So Teclis here is getting his ass kicked. Unfortunately, I don't really want to confederate him too early, because it would be far-flung and in a position where it's hard for me to actually help. But it's potentially possible that I could confederate and just have access to Teclis. The problem is that Teclis's armies themselves are not really my favorite. Ooh, yeah, I forgot that there's also a Dark Elf group landing near White Peak. Yeah, I need to get some more armies pretty much post-haste. I'm going to probably just get some Sword Masters and stuff like that right now and just not worry about it, and maybe de-recruit them later when I get a chance to. I might have to do that. Oh, I lost my... Oh, okay, well... that's sort of what I was saying I was worried about. So now I don't really have the ability to access Teclis, but he's better in multiplayer, I find, than he is in single player, just because single player he's a little bit too squishy for some of the tactics that I like to use in single player, where you can sort of sacrifice your general if you're using Tyrion or if you're using a beefier general. I mean, he does fit well, though, with an archer line, but since he can only sort of net of Ammontok a couple sections of an archer line, he can't really help out as much as I would like him to. Alright, Pirates of Sartosa are still around. They're actually one of my better allies, but they're probably actually going to start colonizing Trolinia and stuff like that, which means I'm going to have to do something about that. I might be able to get there before they can actually colonize those spots, but I highly doubt it. I think they're going to get there before I can. Let's see here. Clan Moors and the Pirates of Sartosa are now at war. They might have to move, actually, their armies to go deal with that instead of taking Trolinia, so hopefully that's the case. I would really hate to have to go to war with the Pirates of Sartosa right now. Although if I do it fast enough, destroy both of their armies, and then take the place that I want, there's a very high chance that they'll be willing to sue for peace. So we'll see how that goes. I can probably afford to get 2 more armies right now, but I need this extra money for infrastructure because, like, you spend a ton of money on infrastructure in this game. Alright, so over here, probably most important thing for me to get right now is the plaza. So we'll go ahead and grab that. We'll go ahead and auto-resolve a quick fight over here.
For my queen.
Just get rid of both of these armies, ideally.
I am ready to fight.
There we go, and we'll just keep replenishing as we go like this. I can't get very much out of it, but I can get something at the very least. There we go. Perfect.
Champion of the Ever Queen.
Alright, and then we can sort of get our armies somewhere else, I guess. Let's keep doing this one. Alright, so next up we want to do the same thing to Troll Fjord. I could probably force march it, but I don't really want to. So we're just going to head into the water here. Force marching in water is a little bit risky for me. Okay. Well, let's upgrade Elysia first. I want to get that upgrade to the walls done up relatively quickly. Now, our cities are walled along the coast, but that's not going to stop a full stack of the Dark Elves, so we'll have to see how that all works out. And I could actually just auto-resolve this probably without any lost units, so I might as well do that. These battles take a long time and they're not very productive.
A just reward.
Alright, so... let's go ahead and get this an upgrade here, I guess, and we'll go ahead as well and hit rebuild Lost Splendor there as well. Alright, we can get our tech advanced now, and definitely feel like light Ithalmar armor is going to be the one to pick here, considering how many units would be affected by that. Then after that, precise fletching, I think, would be the better option. Alright. Ooh.
We are the guardians of order.
Alright, let's see what we can get here. We finished off this whole set of things here. Yeah, I've started working a little bit down here, so we'll get Bowmaster, I think, first. I do run out of arrows with these army compositions quite quickly.
Mage of Ulthuan.
Yeah, we can skip this one. Settlement upgrade available. Yeah, Tor Anrock. So I need to get this army down towards here as fast as bloody possible. I think we're going to lose White Peak, though. Don't think there's much I can do about that. Tor's Thigh down here got knocked out a little while ago, but rebuilt. Unfortunately, I'm spending a lot of food on things like Tor's Thigh here, so yeah, it can still slow people down, though. I might as well keep working on walls and stuff like that. But Falls Anvil itself needs to get its population surplus up to 5 before I can upgrade Caldor itself to get dragons and stuff like that, which is something I want to do. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to start defending our flank over here a little bit better, so I'm going to go ahead and start grabbing some of these guys. I can only get a few at a time right now, but it's fine.
Of Ulthuan.
Alright, let's keep stealing influence here.
Destruction.
Haven't really been bothered increasing our tech rate, but I probably should be. Although right now I'm not getting the really important ones. I should also actually check to see what kind of wizards I can get right now. Ooh, the White Tower Oath can be upgraded. That's just one of these. Well, that's not really that great. But yeah, let's go ahead and check. I should be able to recruit another Limber. I don't really care about that. Protective, I don't really care about that. Sometimes you get like lower level ones that are still pretty good. Like research rate plus 5% is actually pretty good. Conductor protected, primed. I don't remember what primed is. Peaky, no, that's definitely not good. Incendiary, that's kind of like Incendiary is kind of interesting. Entrepreneur is actually really good. I'm gonna actually pick one of these up. So, like, the only problem with this is that this isn't super useful in a lot of ways. Alright, I can only... this isn't super useful in some ways. I have to find the second most profitable province for me, but, you know, whatever. But, yeah, I can't use agent actions because I want to be in one of my own home provinces for this, but you do what you can, I guess. Oh, I don't think I can afford a good one, actually. Yeah. Nothing that I would want anyway. Alright. Apparently I can get a whole crap ton of those guys. So this is why we gotta keep stealing influence. Alright, you. Try and get to Trolinia before those other guys. Looks like we'll be there in time for next turn, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to get out of the water and then settle it in the amount of time that we got here, so hopefully these guys can't get out of the water and then settle right away. I don't think they can, but they probably can. I'm probably wrong. You know, I've often been wrong about those sorts of mechanics. Anyway, I could try to distract the Dark Elves a little bit. I could send an intervention, but it'd probably be better to wait one more turn and then send the intervention. Although, on the other hand, they can attack White Peak, I think, this turn, so... No, they can't attack it this turn. I think they'd probably besiege it. No, they have siege weapons, though. So they probably... Well, I don't know if they'd be able to break through the walls, necessarily. They probably can, but, well... The thing is, in this game, like, in reality, what you can do is you can just ignore the walls and just have your troops scale it with ladders if you got enough troops. The towers and stuff like that do help a lot in terms of getting your troops up there faster and more effectively, but you get up there fast enough. Like, oh, interesting. That's, alright. This gives me enough time to react, then I'm going to be pretty happy with that. Okay. Ritual of Decay has completed. Well, I know that, like, Skaven are kind of a fan favorite for a lot of people. I still don't necessarily rate them as being magically the equals of things like the High Elves, the Dark Elves, and the Lizardmen of all things, but whatever.
I am the defender of Ulthuan. Choose your...
I still don't want to get into a defensive alliance with the Pirates of Sartosa. They are in some pretty bad wars, so they're going to be perfectly friendly with me still. They're actually, it looks like, probably losing those wars, in fact. That's interesting. Hopefully they manage to hold on to their island. Well, actually, maybe not, because like I just realized I've actually advanced along the relative power bar by quite a lot since I last checked that. So, all right, here's where we find out if I lose Trolinia and have to declare war on these assholes. I've got a peace agreement, so I'd have to do something else first, but looks like they're not going for it actually. Okay, perfect. Sardoneth, though, would be more difficult for me to get to in time. They might be able to get that one. But we'll see what they're actually doing. I don't know what they're trying to pull here. Could be that they're trying to attack Icepack Bay, because that's an enemy territory. Can't believe Greybeard's Prospectors got trashed this badly in comparison to the last game. Yeah, there's quite substantial differences in this particular game than last time. But, whatever. Yeah, but there's a couple things also that slowed me down. Like, I was trying to catch back up, but I was slowed down by having a cold. I wanted to get back to the place where I normally was, and normally what happens when I have a cold is I just play the game, and what I do is play it poorly, and that'd be fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're trying to get to a specific part of the game where you in a condition that looks sort of similar,
You have
then
the nerve to stand before me?
how about you guys jump off a bridge? Alright. So we're going to try and stamp these guys out of existence as much as is possible. Yeah, if they're raiding here, that buys me a little bit of time. The Ritual Hex Waddle is complete. I don't care. That's perfectly fine. United against us. Ah, shit. A war herd. Oh, that's fine. Alright, let's get
We stand ready for action.
you guys start force marching your way down towards White Peak.
Garrisoning.
Looks like that's going to be a little while, though. Oh, they're going to take the interior route. We have got an agreement to go through their territory. It looks like it even lets me go through their gates. I didn't know that. That's pretty nice. Yeah, here we're getting our merely 2-star, 2-chevron swordmasters. They're not great, but they'll certainly do the job, I suppose.
I long for adventure.
Alright, so pretty sure I can't attack them this turn. That's fine, though.
That will incur my wrath.
Well, I don't really give much of a crap about your wrath. Your wrath is pretty insignificant compared to mine, you bastards. Alright. So, where the hell did my army go?
You may approach.
Did I thought I could have sworn I actually moved these guys, but did I actually forget to move them or something? Yeah, well, shit.
You called?
Okay, I think I forgot to move that unit. Like I had it. Whatever. Okay, it's fine. I keep taking assault units. I've got the option if I want to just assault the unit here.
Princess of the
Couldn't agree
Aspen.
more.
Whoops.
Princess.
Okay, let's
Protector of all
try and make sure I don't actually continue doing that. Let's have them.
I have much to teach them.
Okay, so that'll help a bit in making sure that nothing goes too terribly wrong there. I wonder if this guy stacks.
You have use of my power.
I think it does. I'm going to quickly go through all my provinces and figure out which ones have the highest income. Looks like we're looking at about 2,623 here. I doubt that it's higher here. Certainly not. Actually, this probably is one of the most lucrative provinces that I've got currently. So I'll probably leave him there. That's probably fine. Torvresi, I think, eventually becomes more... or maybe not Torvresi, actually. I bet Tor Anrock. Because the gold mine probably becomes more valuable. And it's a 4-province one with nearly fully developed infrastructure. What about buildings here? Landmark, Hall of Charioteers. That doesn't really provide any money. Ooh, yeah, it does. Yeah, plus 50%. Okay, this would be a really good place, actually, for me to have that guy. Right now, the amount of money from Tor Anrock is, in fact, higher, too. Okay, perfect. So what we do is we get this mage here, send her, I guess, all the way to Tor Anrock. Or just here, really. It doesn't really matter what part of this place, White Peak or the High Vale or whatever, any of those. Alright, cool. This guy, keep getting me a little bit of that sweet, sweet influence, please. Alright. Let's just take this crap, I don't really care. He'll never be able to increase their trade, because by the time, like, he can do that, I'll have sort of killed off everything around me, so... we'll send the massive intervention. Okay, so where the hell's my intervention here? Alright. So the altar of ultimate darkness is over here, apparently.
Gladly.
So this is what a high elf full tier intervention looks like. I think we've seen it before. Send that over to the altar of ultimate darkness and have it get destroyed, and then they'll continue along their way, just looting and pillaging everything along the way as much as possible. I'm not going to send them to Nagaron because there's no way they can actually take it, but they can do some damage. I don't think that that dark elf army that's standing around there can actually do anything to this one, so hopefully this works out. They might try to attack Nagaron, or that Nagaron might try to attack that army, I don't know, but unless they can bring two together, it should be able to beat them. Oh, they're gonna reinforce the altar. Shit. Okay, I hadn't thought of that. I think that's a capital too. Shit. Alright. Well, that's gonna make things difficult for me. Yeah, these guys are, looks like they're headed towards the Calidor region. Hopefully I can keep up after them. They are raiding along the way, which helps me a lot in terms of being able to catch up to them, but still kind of annoying. Like, my outer sort of kingdom areas are getting burned down quite a lot, which is kind of to be expected a little bit, but still very irritating. Alright, so this is going to be quite tricky for these guys to manage here. Yeah, they just ran into it and died, unfortunately. Would have worked if they had, if that wasn't garrisoned, but the combination of full stack garrison plus those guys, I'm assuming, is just way too much. Though it probably would have worked if I had an army there as well. Who knows? I didn't even know these guys could pick up those treasures, but because they almost never do. They pretty much never get the treasure. I guess if they happen to travel directly over it, but they don't go for them as though it were an objective. Which is kind of interesting. Please don't take Sardonyth. I think they're double teaming Pack Ice Bay, which is fine. If they do that, I'm okay with that. Scaling are probably going to spend another turn suing for peace, but especially if Pack Ice Bay is getting attacked as well, that would be sort of the whole deal. I don't need this whole province. It doesn't really matter too much if I take it. I wonder if there's any way for me to get Teclis once his faction's been destroyed. I don't think there is. I'm pretty sure he's just locked out, but normally you can get both of them if you confederate. Have them be working together. Alright, and scaling. What are you guys going to be doing here? Oh, they're not going to try and sue for peace. And they're retreating their armies away from Trollfjord. I think they realize that they can't actually fight there. I'm going to try and... oh no, only one of their armies ran. That's really strange. Okay. Oops. Alright. One of the things I do have is I've got a bunch of chests of sustenance still, which is pretty nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Greybeards finally bit the dust there. Bit of a shame, I do like those guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and regain the Vresi provinces. Okay, definitely don't care about treasure hunt. Treasure hunt is still a shitty idea. Waste of a goddamn turn. Anyway. Don't have much time to kick around in these sorts of places because my units are kind of dying from attrition, but I can probably just auto-resolve this one just fine here. Yep, no dead units. Whole lot of them are dead. Let's go ahead and occupy this one again. Alright, perfect. And just Trollfjord. Let's go ahead and get rid of this thing. Yeah, the city is pretty full of corruption. Alright. I think that this place is going to get killed off by the Pirates of Sardonyth, which is fine. I don't really need it myself or anything like that. I just want those scaling to stop fighting. I think this is probably a good enough time to build the Court of Phoenix King. Could upgrade buildings here or here, but I think they're going to get attacked. Torso Thigh, I think, is too vulnerable. In fact, I'm going to cancel this building here. Do I get the money back? I think I do. Yeah, I did. Okay. Where the hell's my army here? Here it is.
Ready for orders.
Okay, continue on your way to White Peak. Fast as possible, please. Alright.
Guardian of the Phoenix Crown.
Still can't recruit any Phoenix Guard from this place yet, but let's just keep on trucking with what we got. Right. Public order's still positive here. Alright, let's work on money then. Alright, cool. Once all those threats are done, I think we can start working on our rituals. Work also on confederating with Illyrian potentially, but like confederating Illyrian's kind of weird. I don't necessarily need to really. Yeah, quite a lot of people actually like me, which is pretty nice for once. Been working pretty hard on like
What?
ooh.
Do
Been
not
working
greet
pretty
me as a
hard on
friend,
like
nor are we foes.
getting
Yeah,
trade
alright.
agreements and stuff like that. Looks like we can get another one to replace Teclis. That incompetent brother of mine getting himself killed in the old world. Anyway, what can we get from you guys? Don't really need any of that. Don't think this really does too much for us here. +5 growth faction-wise, pretty nice though, I suppose. But yeah, economically speaking, this is about the only increase I can get. Other than that, might as well just work on walls. Alright.
No destruction.
Keep getting that influence. I haven't seen an event for influence in a little bit, but pretty good odds that I'll get one next turn. So anyway, that's going to be our episode for today. I hope you found this one enjoyable. I do again apologize for having been away for so long, but yeah, no, that was the reason that happened for me. Anyway, yeah, hope to see you guys all for the next one. Again, is going to be a little bit of a different path, but primarily I tried to keep to the same strategy that I did for the previous one. Just different opportunities, different threats, and so on and so forth made me do different things. That's sort of how this game works. So anyway, hope you found this video enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.